and welcome to the Fantasy News Show from the Bottled Imp. My name is Ken Boyter and this is your weekly fix of fantasy news. On this week's show, a second Dead of Winter board game is going to be amongst us. The Goths descend for a weekend in Whitby. And it's your chance to spend a whole day indoors. But first, we do have some more sad news. It seems like this happens every week, which is a very upsetting thing. Oscar winner, production designer Ken Adams has passed away. He was 95. And so Ken is probably best known for creating the Fort Knox set from Goldfinger. And he worked on loads of Bond films, beautiful set designer. And he also created the War Room, that fantastic War Room in Dr. Strangelove. He won 2 Oscars for Best Art Direction for the film, Barry Lyndon and The Madness of King George. And from a fantasy point of view, he designed the amazing and stunningly beautiful Chitty Chitty Bang Bang flying car. Obviously, our condolences are with his family and friends. Plus, there is some more sad news. It's just in. Sylvia Anderson, the co-creator of Thunderbirds and the voice of Lady Penelope from Thunderbirds, has died. And she died after a little short illness. She also worked on the shows Joe 90 and Captain Scarlet. And again, obviously, our thoughts are with her friends and family. First up here, we have Plaid Hat Games have announced that pre-orders of their long-awaited Dead of Winter, The Long Night, that will be available soon to pre-order. It's both a standalone game plus an expansion of their hugely popular original Dead of Winter game. And you'll be able to pre-order your copy today, 16th of March. And pre-orders will include exclusives such as the Rich Summoner survival character, along with standee and crossroad cards. The actual launch of the game is the 13th of April, so one to look out for. And there is a second Ghostbusters games. Sony and Cryptozoic Entertainment have announced that following their success of their original Ghostbusters game, they'll be launching their Kickstarter campaign to raise money for this one in the beginning of April. And the game features the original story by Ghostbusters comic writer Eric Burnham and will feature new game elements such as the Slime Blower Pack Ghostbusters, not quite sure what that is, and an ooze entities that apparently split apart, I'm assuming an ooze out, and then you can refill them and put them back together again. That sounds an interesting mechanic. Plus it's got loads of new allies and equipment. White Wizard Games have announced details of their Epic World Championship card game championships. I can't even read my own writing here. Qualifiers will take place throughout the year in major gaming conventions and large game stores across America. The Epic World Championships itself will take place in Boston between the 18th and the 21st of November. And the overall winner will win a whopping $25,000. Now that is a lot of money for just playing cards. And of course they're going to be crowned the Epic World Champion. Now if you've never played Epic, check out their website, epiccardgame.com, where you can find out further details. Geek and Sundry are live streaming their International Tabletop Day once again. It was founded 3 years ago by Boyan, how do you pronounce his name? Boyan, that's an interesting name. Boyan Radakovic. Let's do that again then. Founded 3 years ago by Boyan Radakovic. It's a good job we practice this before we film. And it's a way of celebrating board games and card games. And the nice thing about it is that they've teamed up with the charity Kaboom, and they help poverty-stricken children across America. So they're raising money for that charity. And the idea of International Tabletop Game has actually spread into loads of different countries now. And each convention or shop that does it actually raises money for various different charities across the world. So it's a beautiful idea. So therefore it is your chance to stay indoors all day and you've got a valid excuse. It takes place on the 30th of April, and if you check your local gaming shop, they might just be able to be running an event for you to join in with. The seaside town of Whitby in England is holding the Whitby Goth Weekend on the 22nd to the 24th of April. Of course, you know Whitby is where Bram Stoker wrote Dracula, and most of the novel is set in Whitby. Plus, the most famous vampire, that's exactly where he came across and landed in England for the first time. Apparently, it's not just for goths, though. If you're a punk or a steampunk, an emo, bikers, metalers, and people from all genres of alternate lifestyles will be welcome, and they'll be descending on the seaside town. The weekend is full of music, dancing, shopping and drinking. Now, I'm assuming it's not blood, it's going to be alcohol, but hey, you never know. And full details on their website, whitbygothweekend.co.uk. The Pirates and Princess Tea Party is taking place in Leeds on the 26th of March. This looks a lot of fun. It's hosted and organised by Hannah Robson, and there'll be a selection of cakes, sandwiches, assorted treats, fresh juice, drinks to try, and of course choices of several tea that's served in vintage tea sets as well. So if you like your tea, that's the place for you, obviously. It's also your chance to dress up like a pirate or a princess, or maybe both. I don't know, maybe you could do some sort of combination there. And there is a prize for the best costume. There's also music, a raffle, and games of Pass the Parcel. So your inner child will be thanked. It's free entry, but you can donate on the door, and money is being raised for cancer research. You can check out their Facebook page for more details. Lessons Learned is a short live action puppet film by Toby Frode. I think that's me and names, eh? Frode. I'm going to go with that. Toby Frode. The trailer for the film is now online. It's part of Heather Henderson's Handmade Puppets Dream series of short films that showcases new talent, and puppetry for people that are into puppetry and it showcases all of their new talent, which I think is a great idea. And Toby Frode has a further connection to Jim Henson, as he was the baby in Labyrinth. Imagine that. How about that as a thing that you can boast down the pub? Now, I've actually seen the trailer. It does look amazing. It actually is all based in the Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal universe, so they've drawn on all of those fantastic looking creatures. It is available to buy. It's actually out now. You can buy it digital format or DVD, and you can get that from their website, which is stripypajamaproductions.com. And I actually did buy a copy. I'm so excited. It looks really, really good, and we will be reviewing it. It will be our first short film that we're going to be reviewing. I'm very excited about that. Kickstarter news. Gollum is a stop-motion 15-minute short film by Matthias Lorenzo Munzo, and it takes place in a dystopian future in the year 2025. So that's not long to go, is there? It's more science fiction than fantasy, but it does have lots of gothic overtones, so it's got that nice kind of dark look to it. And it does examine ancient myths and mysteries. The set, they look great. All the sets look really good, as do the little model creatures, full of character, full of life. And the production does boast a quite an impressive sized team working on this short film. And, so I guess the more talent you have there, hopefully the better the film's going to be. They have got videos of, little snippets of little tester animation that they've used. So I think most of the film is actually, all the sets are built and the characters have been developed. I think it's still in a slight development stage, but they have done a few taster clips. You can check them out. It does look really, really intriguing. They're based in Argentina, and the campaign finishes on the 10th of April. There's more Cthulhu coming your way. Oh yes, it never stops with Cthulhu. And this time it's Sandy Peterson's Cthulhu Mythos for Pathfinder. Now, I've not played any Pathfinder games, but it is a very, very popular RPG, and I really must try some role-playing games. Who knows, I might just try the classic Dungeons & Dragons. This apparently offers new rules, new lore, and it has over 100 mythos monsters. Everybody likes a little mini, obviously. Now, Sandy Peterson knows his Cthulhu well because he created the first to feature H.P. Lovecraft's work in the gaming world, and that was Call of Cthulhu. All of the artwork does look fantastic, and I'm a sucker for artwork and little miniatures. The detail on the miniatures look great, and there's lots of clear information how the actual game is going to play, which I think is important if you're going to be backing an actual board game or an RPG. It's already funded, but obviously that doesn't mean that you can't still fund it. It finishes on the 6th of April. Now, if you play poker, rummy, or even stop the bus, you might be getting excited because you can now buy a Siren-themed deck of playing cards by Yahano Kai. He's Japanese. And the illustrations are amazing. They're really beautiful, really detailed. Absolutely love them. They're full of character. And they feature various sirens, you know, the mythical creature sirens and different types of sea monsters. They're printing 2 editions, which I think is quite an interesting idea. There's a diamond edition and an ancient edition, and both have their own feel and texture to it. So, you know, more choice is obviously a good thing. And it looks like they put a load of work into this project. There's even some large-sized signed posters of the artwork that you can also back as well and put that down as a reward. So a lot of talent has gone into this, and that closed on the 4th of April, and it's nearly funded. I think they're about $500 short. Bottled Imp news. Well, we have some very exciting news. We've moved into a new studio. Hurrah! And previously we've been filming in our flats and our houses and various people's places. So thank you to everybody that helped us at the beginning, our first year. We thought we'd like to kind of, step this up a bit and maybe produce more shows. And what better way to do that if we've got our very own dedicated space for shooting the Bottled Imp and all our various other shows. So this is our first episode where we're actually filming in the new studio. Obviously you can't really tell because we actually use green screen for this, if you didn't know. Yes. Anyway, so we will hopefully be creating a little tour of our little studio in the future, so you can look forward to that. Plus, I will be appearing in the second series of Match Not Found. For those of you that don't know, I do a little bit of acting on the side as well. And it's Match Not Found is a comedy webcast series that's done pretty well. They've had some, quite good viewing figures, 50,000 for each episode. And it's all about a girl called Kat and her disastrous dating experiences. It is very funny. In this, I think I'm only in one episode, but I play a D&D player, some role player. And, I've read the script. It is very funny. And I just better get around to learning the lines, hadn't I? That would be a good idea. You can check out the first series of Match Not Found on their YouTube channel, which is called Match Not Found, as you probably would have guessed. And remember, we do have our own website, thebottledimp.com. The best probably way to contact us is through Facebook, where you can interact with us. It's a bit more instant. We also have Twitter page as well, so you can follow us on Twitter, and you can get loads of information about our shows, and we do post up photographs. But for now, fellow imps, that's all we have time for this week. And remember, keep it unreal, especially the news.